Well guys, I'm at a point I need to make a major decision about the future direction of SSL, so it's time for us to talk. I think many of you may remember me as one of, if not the original sailing channels on YouTube. I've been doing this a long time, but it's always been secondary because first and foremost, I'm just like you guys. I'm still a working guy and I need to make money to fulfill obligations. I've still got 3 years on a mortgage, 2 kids, 1 in college, expenses to pay, etc., etc., etc. So we can't just quit our jobs just because we want to start a YouTube channel and start making videos. I've always enjoyed it, so I've kept it going, and it's been fun, I have to admit. But now I'm getting to the point where I would like it to become more serious. 6 months ago, you guys gave me the opportunity and the freedom to explore my own choices, my own decision, take my own path, and see where it led me. But in the 6 months since I joined the rally, I have been some incredible places, met some incredible people, and done some incredible things. We're still motoring? If you remember back to SSL 337, this was day one of a brand new adventure that was, for me, 3 years in the making. And I'm sure you can sense my excitement as we shut down that engine and for the first time set sail towards all new destinations. Oh yeah. Now we're sailing. My first attempt to start this dream adventure to Colombia was back in early 2016. You guys will remember Nate and Jordan, who I'd brought on board as professional videography crew, but we had spent several months previous refining our combined videography skills in St. Martin to create an environment of sustainable travel through the use of our skills at the various places we'd be traveling. We finally set off on our adventure in June of 2016, but unfortunately it came to an abrupt ending when Nate and Jordan had to leave the boat for personal reasons. That attempt was almost a year in the making, but then I had no crew, so I ended up having to take the boat back down to Grenada to hide out for the coming hurricane season. Only took a couple of months before the buffer ran out, and then I was back to work. Next thing you know, a year goes by, and I think you guys know how that story goes. Fast forward that next year, and I think you guys all remember what happened next. Back-to-back Category 5 hurricanes changed the face of everything, wiping out most of the northeastern Caribbean, and all of a sudden everything that was familiar wasn't so familiar anymore.
So the forest teaches us a lesson. It says, hey, look, Dominicans' life continue, you know? So never give up. Because when we look, we see the forest start growing back. Very nice and green. We listen to the forest. And we don't give up.
Now you guys know I'm not one to give up, but after 12 years of dodging hurricanes, Mother Nature was sending me a very clear message that it was time to move on. My son Brendan and I were making one last pass through the devastated islands to help as many friends as possible by video documenting what they were up against. And then Mother Nature sent us a very clear message. Yes, as many of you know and have already sent me messages regarding, there is a hurricane in our area heading our way already. Hey guys, this is it. This is day one, start of brand new adventures for us, for me especially. Going new places for the first time in, well, 10 years at least anyway. Been hanging out in the same islands for a long time, as you guys all know. So today, yeah, we're kind of getting chased out by a hurricane, but the idea was always to go down south to Bonaire, Aruba, Curacao, and then Colombia, Panama, and that's something we've been striving to do for a long time, but it happens today. Ahoy everyone! And yes, as you can see, we are safely back at the dock and we are here in Bonaire. We made it. This year we decided something new, and you are looking at new footsteps on new ground for the first time ever. We are in new territory and we are going to new territory everywhere from here. Next, I landed in Curacao, and I only intended to be here about 2 weeks also, but again, various factors were working against me that just made the timing not right. I couldn't actually leave for Colombia without jeopardizing my long-term plan for a short-term gain, and that just didn't make sense. So I made some friends, I settled in and got back to work. Next thing you know, another year goes by. Are you starting to see a pattern here? Here we are.
Hi!
We got some new additions to the gang. Curacao gave me a safe and beautiful place to live at anchor, some good friends, and very fast internet on my cell phone. It was expensive, but I used it to upload dozens and dozens and dozens of videos from right here. And you guys rewarded me by raising my subscriber count to over 90,000, and Patreon built to a point where I sat back and thought, wow, this is becoming feasible. I figured I had one shot at this, so it was time to get started. I took on some last-minute contracts to pad the buffer a bit, and had Sophisticated Lady hauled out of the water for some service because she was going to need some work if we were going to make this trip. She got a brand new bottom to make her slippery fast. I managed to make a great deal for a folding propeller to make her really slippery fast, and put on the biggest anchor I could find that would hold her no matter what in the remote destinations I knew we were heading into. And as sometimes fate just drops something right in your lap to give you a kick in the butt to move, wouldn't you know it, the Susie 2 rally arrived right at my back door, and once I found out they were on the same cruise route that I had in mind, I signed up immediately, and next thing you know, I'm leaving Curacao in the company of 40 other boats. What an amazing experience this was to become. And this, my friends, is how a long-term dream was brought to fruition by you. The trip to Colombia and beyond has finally begun. I see ground. Almost ground. This is Captain Rick, taking first steps on South America. How fucking cool is that? And that was just the start. From there we spent 6 months exploring 6 different countries all across South and Central America and ended the rally just recently in Belize. I have spent time living with natives in some of the most remote locations you can imagine, where dugout canoe is still their main form of transportation and they live in huts and they're happy about it. I've motor scootered around some of the wildest places. You guys are gonna think I'm crazy. I recorded a horse race on the beach and just about got trampled, but I got the shot, and next day I went horseback riding. I hiked through the jungle and found abandoned World War II bunkers that were now more like a scene out of Planet of the Apes.
Harrison Ford movie or something.
I even took up freediving again after many years away. Not that I'm great at it, but it is another passion that's been reignited. I anchored behind an island so remote and so beautiful, but when I flew my drone over it, I inadvertently discovered there was enough drugs to buy a small country. So needless to say, I got my butt out of there faster than if my pants were on fire. I even drove Sophisticated Lady hard aground at full speed and had a boat pull me by the mast over 45 degrees and drag me sideways across a mile of sandbar. Why did I do that? Because I wanted to take Sophisticated Lady sailing through one of the biggest freshwater rivers in Central America. And I did it. My primary goal this year is still to go through Panama and start exploring the Pacific side, but I can't do that on my own. I've realized that. And when I go into Pacific, I don't just want to be hopping from marina to marina and trying to find work and filming for them. I want to be filming for you guys and going to the places that are off the beaten track and filming cool things, meeting people, cultures, exploring, diversify. So to all my subscribers and patrons, I can't thank you enough for helping me get this far. So thank you. To date, I've posted over 700 videos on YouTube since 2007. So if you've gained enjoyment from my videos over the years, I hope you will consider becoming a patron and you will literally become a permanent part of SSL history as you help me achieve my next dream of venturing off into the Pacific and beyond. So, as always, thanks for watching everyone, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. It helps more than you know. So leave a like on the video, comment below, and don't forget to share the video to your friends on social media so we can get as many new faces signed up to Team SSL as possible and get this show on the road. I'm ready if you are. So have a great day, everyone. Stay safe, and I'll see you out there.